And what's going on, you bastards? Welcome back to another Grand Summoners video where some news was dropped. There was a collab rerun to be announced live stream that was yesterday morning. I'm getting to this a little bit late, but the collab was Kill la Kill. Kill la Kill will be running again. This is on JP right now, so we do not know when this will be coming to global just yet. It may, might be a little bit before we do see this, but this can help you decide where to spend your crystals, right? Let's see. So there's new farmable stuff, luck gems, EV equipment recipes for existing equips. Yeah. So the units are getting buff in this one. I think every single unit is, even the old school characters. So we're not really going to go through the old characters like Ryuko, Satsuki. I am interested in Mako. So it looks like Mako is increasing her own arts by 15 instead of 10. And then 25,000 light damage physical on arts instead of 18,000. And then for 20 seconds, increase own skill CT rec by 150%. Okay. So they just added the duration for that one. And then for the true arts, for 15 seconds, heal all allies HP by 400 per second. Increase all allies arts by 5 per second instead of 4. And then arts damage 150% instead of 130%. So, I mean, a little moderate buffs, but like honestly, did Mako really need buffs? And plus, this rerun has, this collab rerun has happened a lot. So yeah, this definitely ain't the first rodeo with that. And plus, I think they definitely want to move on from Mako and even like Haruto for like the support units, make you summon for something else. Nonan, not really, or not, that's not Nonan, that's Nue. Let's look at Uzu. All right, so Uzu is getting an extra 4 seconds on his arts, increase own damage and skill CT by 150%. And then for super arts, instead of 190,000, it's 220,000. And then for 25 seconds, increase own crits and then reduce enemies' physical resistance. So 30k multiplier, that's definitely good. When near death, increase own arts by 5 per second instead of 2 per second. All right, so for Hoka, on the arts, he gets an extra 2,000% water damage. And, okay, yeah, that's it. Okay. And then for the true arts, get an extra 3k damage. And, okay. All right, so, yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much what I was thinking would actually happen. Because this guy really doesn't need any buffs. He's kind of just him. Nonan we'll go over real quick. Nonan, let's see. So the light allies damage up by 10% to 50 instead of 40% on the arts. And then the true arts for 5 seconds increase allies attack by 130% instead of 35 seconds and 100%. So a little bit of a buff right there. And 180,000% up from 160,000% on the super arts. And then reduce enemies' magic resistance by 150% for 25 seconds and break resistance by 50% instead of the 130% magic resistance. Okay, so decent buffs for Nonan. Nonan is great for mono light, I think. So we just did get Freerin. So hey, maybe there's a little bit of tech there. And for Gamma Gori, right? So 170,000% dark damage physical, up from 150,000%. And then the next part, for 50 seconds instead of 40 seconds, increase own freeze resistance and paralysis resistance by 100%. Okay. And then passive, increase own damage the lower HP is. So max is 250% instead of 200%. When taking lethal damage for the first time, heal own HP by 100%. Does not stack. When near death, increase own damage resistance by 25%. That's kind of Because Gamagori is just like the lower he is, you know, he's like a defensive character. The lower he is, the more damage he does. But he doesn't, like, he falls below, like, low, and then stays low, you know, kind of as the tank unit who can also do damage. So they're giving him like a full heal, but doesn't that kind of like nerf his own damage in doing so? I don't know. I don't have Gamagori. Hoka beat my cheeks enough. I got like 3 Uzus and then 1 Hoka. So for the part 2 banners, I believe it was, it just like I didn't really care for Gamagori that much to where I went in on him. So I'm not sure exactly how Gamagori works. All right, so we got some plushies here. We got Ryuko, I almost said Mako, Senketsu, then Mako, and then you have Satsuki and Nue. And they're doing something. So these are the banners, right? And it's so scummy that you could not. It makes sense, though. It really does make sense. So they have 4 characters per banner, and there is, 8 characters in total. So they put Ryuko, Nue, Satsuki, 3 out of the 4 old characters, and then they put Hoka on here, right? So, you would think, oh, maybe, Mako belongs here, and then, you'd have Hoka over here, right? But they split the value because there's probably some people who still will summon for Mako, and there's going to be a lot of people who still summon for Hoka because they missed the last Kill la Kill that we had that Hoka was around. So they know, like, they're going to split this up, and it's so devilish, it's so demonic that, I wouldn't expect anything less, dude. So there's equipment banners for these plushies we're talking about. Then there's also some stickers. So Ryuko says, nice to meet you. And then Ragyo says, life is funny. We get some tickets, again 10 per day for that. Okay, and they do have some fan art going on here. God damn, Rivi. Okay, all right, that's Mitsuki. Is that the 7th or is that OG? I don't know. Is that Emperor? Oh, somebody actually made Emperor figures. Oh, those are pretty cool. Okay, then we got Hazuki and Mizuki, right? And then Luana. Yeah, okay, that's Luana. Yeah, it took a little bit. I was just like, is that Hatsune Miku? All right, so I know more so this pertains to the JP side because JP is getting this crossover. So that typically means within the next following months that Global is going to be getting it at some point. So I would say we do have a couple chapter characters. I think Light Orville and Platina are like the next Grand Summoner story characters. So this could be in the near future. I would say if you have Freerin already, don't even touch the rest of the Freerin collab. Like, if you have Freerin, save your crystals in hopes of trying to pity Hoka, because Hoka actually is that guy. Unfortunately, they just made him insanely nutty busted. Why? Don't really know. I mean, in the show itself, Hoka, I mean, he wasn't anything super giga crazy, but yeah, it's they just did it. It's kind of like how they did this Mako. I mean, Mako is definitely one of the more main characters, but yeah, she was just kind of giga busted when she came out too. So at least Kill la Kill is kind of consistent with their collab characters for the supports. But anyway, bastards, let me know in the comments down below how you feel about the crossover coming back. Are you pitying, like summoning for Hoka or whatnot, or even, so one of the other characters? Let me know down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.
But first, hi there. If you liked what you saw, thank you.